Hey everybody, it's Review Revolution coming back at you, and today we're going to take a look at the next, last original figure, carded figure from the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Onslaught series, Wave 13, the Villains Wave. And we're wrapping up the carded figures with a good one. We're taking a look at Blackheart, the son of Mephisto. Just all around bad dude. Not much new to say about the packaging. Just typical Toy Biz packaging. More of the same. As I mentioned before, if nothing else, having Hasbro take over meant we got some different packaging. But, it did its job. It was good. Other figures that are in the wave, we did Goblin, the Green Goblin, Loki, Abomination, all with variants. Whether we'll get another look at them or not, who knows. But we did do Pyro, Lady Deathstrike, and now we're getting a look at Blackheart. All together, we'll get Onslaught. A lot to talk about on him. For Blackheart, though, there is stats. Take a look. Pause as necessary. Blackheart is the son of Mephisto, one of the many rulers of the Underworld and a frequent opponent of Earth's heroes. Like his father, Blackheart desires power above all else and shown a willingness to go to great lengths to achieve it. Yeah, like kill his dad. Not much to say. Just the typical packaging. He does come with the left leg of Onslaught, which is the last one that we're missing. Looks like there's a Ghost Rider story back there. But you know what? Let's take a moment, pop him out of the pack, have some fun. Be right back. Alright everybody, we're back, and we've got Blackheart out of his pack. And, I wish I would have thought this out better. I really do, because this would have been a great figure as kind of a lead-in for October and Halloween. He is just really, really cool as kind of an underworld and demonic character. This guy is just really cool. He's big. He's very big. He's probably, next to Abomination, I'd say he's probably one of the tallest that you get in the series. And next to Green Goblin, he's definitely my favorite, despite one or two major flaws. First thing I really like about him is how they actually did him. Usually when you see Blackheart, he's just kind of this black mass. No color, just black. You can kind of tell he's got some spikes in his hair and red eyes, but no facial features. And his body, his build, you don't get a whole lot of idea of it. He's very kind of shrouded. He's kind of shrouded in darkness. So to do a figure, I really like how they interpreted him. I like what they did as far as trying to give him a form and give him an appearance. Now, I admit I haven't seen him in all issues, so if somebody knows that has seen him like this in the comic, just to be upfront, I haven't. I've only seen him kind of as a shadowy blob, more or less. But I like how he looks. He's really cool. First off, the sculpt on the figure, the actual texture they gave on him, it's really nice. He's got this really rough kind of skin. Just kind of this rough skin on him. And then he's got all these bumps and I don't know what those are. Just this really rough texture over it. So, you can kind of see he's almost got scale work on him almost. And he's got these rougher parts throughout the body. And it looks really, really good. I'm glad to see they resisted doing him in a black, but rather in kind of a very dark blue. And then throughout the figure, at certain points, they've given him kind of some purple. I don't know how well you can make it out, but there's some purple highlights, very faint. And then, of course, light blue in other spots. Get a good look at him. It's really awesome. Really great looking figure. The face, yes, I will admit, it is a very Predator-style face. As if the Predator mask, there's no real facial features other than the red eyes, what seems to be a spot where his nose is, but no mouth or anything else. He does kind of have spiky hair. That is a characteristic we see all the time. But the tendrils that they've added on, made of a good soft plastic. Some are actually sculpted together. This is a big chunk here that's kind of sculpted together. Most of them are just individual. And it doesn't limit the articulation at all. It's on kind of a pin and hinge joint, if you will. So lots of room, lots of articulation there. The arm comes up, and twists. Very tight joint. Twist the bicep. Double bend at the elbow. Nice double bend or double joint at the elbow. I really like it. Twist on the wrist or forearm, if you will. Hinge. And then hinge on the fingers. So quite a bit there in the hand. He's got a clicky crunch, which is kind of cool. And the twist at the waist. His legs, good joint on the legs. I like it. Comes out again. It's not tight. I don't have to run it under any hot water. It's really good. Maybe a little loose, but it doesn't give me any trouble like some of Marvel Legends legs usually do. There is a twist at the ball, right there at the thigh. Double joint at the knee, which, like the elbow, good double joint. Actually works exactly the way it should. These are double joints I don't mind. The foot's kind of interesting. It has a twist at the calf, hinge at the ankle. There's a pivot on the foot, and then a hinge at the toe. Now that alone, that's not anything too unusual by itself. But as you can see, his feet are more like an animal's foot, like a horse or a cat or something. So, he doesn't really stand well kind of on his tiptoes. He's not really going to stand very well on his tiptoes. Which is one of the drawbacks. He doesn't really stand well on his feet. Now, what they did do is they did give him this very long tail. I mean, that tail, bent almost halfway, bent almost in half. I mean, from here, from the bend to the front of the figure, that's a good 4 inches, easy. And that's not even counting the rest of the tail, which is pointing down. He would probably be almost, I would give him like 9 or 10 inches from tip of his tail to the figure. There's a lot of him there. But it is a rubber tail. And it does have a wire skeleton inside. Yeah, I know, I'm not a big fan of them either. But in this case, it works out well because by bending it into place like such, it actually acts as kind of a stand for him to lean back on and stay upright. So, not a bad figure. Just keep in mind, if you're going to keep them on display, give them a lot of clearance, especially in the back. I did mention that he's actually very big. He's actually a very large figure. And just to give you an idea of how large, this is the Marvel Select Mephisto. So you can see he comes in larger than the Marvel Select Mephisto. Blackheart is big. He's a tall character, and he goes back a lot too. On the diorama, which I didn't take a guess, I probably should have. This would have been kind of a given. There is kind of this cave, this pit, this fiery backdrop. Very Underworld Mephisto-like, just like what you'd expect. The issue is a Ghost Rider, Punisher, Hearts of Darkness issue, which is actually kind of good. I never read this one. I say my favorite part is when Blackheart actually gets a hold of Ghost Rider's bike, in which case Ghost Rider has to kind of lay down the law and say, no, sorry, you don't touch my ride. He does come with the leg of Onslaught, which is the last piece we need to finish up the Build-A-Figure. Are we done with the line? Are we done with the wave so far? Are we ready to put him together? Not yet. Stick around. We're going to take a look at some variants. But for now, this has been the Review Revolution saying rate, comment, subscribe, join the revolution. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.